patch. Now look at me, I've become totally overexposed. A lot of people have been saying that for a long time. So look, what we're going to do is, have you seen Danny Boyle's Sunshine film, that fantastic, sci-fi? Here's our interpretation of Danny Boyle's Sunshine. It's total eclipse.
We lost our sanity.
Hold on, we've got to try and find a spot where there's no sun. This is the trouble. We're in the woods to get better signal. But we're being attacked by mosquitoes, ticks, and now a nuclear fireball 93 million miles away. Anyway, look, let's move swiftly on to another fantastic contributor, Matt Brierley, who's going to tell us all about some of the commoner UK butterflies that we can see at this time of year. Over to you, Matt.
Now that we finally had some settled, calm, sunny weather, we're beginning to enjoy the first of our spring butterflies. So let's start off with the Brimstone. The Brimstone is generally the first butterfly that you see each year. In fact, it might be the definitive butterfly. So the story goes that in days of yore, when the farmers had their cows in the barns overwintering, when they saw the first Brimstone butterfly, they would say, that's the fly of the butter. That's the time now that I bring my cows out of the barns and into the fields to start making butter. So the Brimstone was the butter fly. The male Brimstone, he's really bright, he's garish, he's this bright green. The female, she's more a sort of white gold, the colour of straw. If you're a female Brimstone butterfly, you will see the male Brimstone butterfly as being even brighter because he's got UV reflectance on his forewings. It's colours that we can't see, but butterflies, they can see in UV, as can moths, some birds, rodents. They can all see in the ultraviolet spectrum. Thinking of the next spring butterfly, the peacock butterfly, that's another butterfly that's got ultraviolet reflectance on its wings. So it overwinters as an adult butterfly, as did the Brimstone, and it will hibernate somewhere, say in a log pile. It'll have its wings closed, and this bit of the wing is quite cryptic, quite dark, but when it flashes those wings, you see these fantastic eye dots, and the eye dots have ultraviolet reflectance. If a predator creeps up on it in its winter sleep, it'll flash its wings. The peacock butterfly is a member of the nymphalid family. So are small tortoiseshells, red admirals, comma butterflies. I'm often asked, what can I do for butterflies in my garden? And one of the best things you can do is plant nettles, because the caterpillars of all those nymphalid butterflies, they all eat nettles. So that brings us neatly on to the small tortoiseshell. When you look at the population of small tortoiseshells based on the big butterfly count, which is run by Butterfly Conservation, it suggests that there's been a slump in numbers, and that's been attributed to a parasite called Sturmia bella. It's a fly, it will lay its eggs on nettles, and when the caterpillars come along, they'll eat one of these eggs, and then when they pupate in their chrysalis, what emerges is a Sturmia bella fly instead of a small tortoiseshell butterfly. So we thought small tortoiseshells were having a really bad time. There's not many being recorded. But a chap in St Albans called Malcolm Hull, what he's discovered is that small tortoiseshell butterflies are going into hibernation a lot earlier. Possibly it's a selection pressure from Sturmia bella, the parasite. If you were genetically predetermined to go into hibernation a little bit later, you've been nobbled by the parasite, because that's when the parasite gets going in late summer. But if you're an early hibernator, you're going into hibernation early. When you were a caterpillar, Sturmia bella wasn't around, so you've dodged the bullet. So perhaps very quickly we've ended up with a population of small tortoiseshell butterflies which are early hibernators. Other butterflies to look out for, orange tips, they're just on the wing. You will see the females prospecting the garlic mustard that they lay on, and you will see the males patrolling their territories. The speckled woods are out. They're very territorial. They'll normally be in the same patch of your garden every single day. So plenty of spring butterflies to keep your eyes peeled for. And if you do see them, there's a butterfly conservation app. It's called I record butterflies, and that generates really important data that butterfly conservation can then use to help monitor and ultimately protect our beautiful spring butterflies.
Thank you, Matt. Interesting stuff about the small tortoiseshell there, with these parasites affecting when they hibernate, which will have, of course, profound impacts on that population and how well it does in the UK. Changing sign of the times with our butterflies. Thanks again, Matt. And you can follow Matt at Matt Brierley on Twitter, of course. And one other thing, the butterfly conservation colouring competition is running. Yes, there's a colouring competition, 3 different age categories. You can download it from their website.
It's beautiful. Lots of different butterflies. It's got this wing scales. You've got everything. So you can use any medium that you'd like. Get creative and send those in to Butterfly. The link is in the comments.
Link's in the comments. You can see it there. And I think the winner's going to be announced next week. So something to do over the weekend whilst there's still